Inner beauty. There was a guy in my high school who was very handsome. His name was Lucas. And all of the girls in school had a crush on him. There were two girls in particular who were head over heels in love with him. Their names were Grace and Clara. Grace was very good looking. She was one of the popular girls. She was a cheerleader, always wore makeup and dressed in sexy clothes. Clara wasn't very good looking. Don't get me wrong, she wasn't ugly. She was just one of those plain, average looking girls that nobody pays attention to. Grace and Clara were both competing for Lucas' attention, but really there was no contest. Grace didn't have to do much to attract Lucas. Just one look at her blonde hair, her pretty face, and her cute body, he was hooked. Clara, on the other hand, showered Lucas with love and care. But she wasn't a cheerleader. She wasn't beautiful and she didn't have a great body. She was plain and overweight. All she had was her personality, and that wasn't enough. So, as everyone expected, Lucas chose Grace. However, Clara never gave up. She wanted to prove something. Maybe she wanted to prove it to Lucas, or maybe she just wanted to prove it to herself. She wanted to prove that looks aren't everything. She studied hard, really hard. She became the top girl in the class. She started losing weight. All the guys who had once ignored her started taking notice of her. But she never forgot Lucas. Every day, she put red rose in Lucas' locker, always with same words. I care for you and I always will. As time went on, Lucas began to realize what a stupid mistake he had made. He heard rumors that his beloved girlfriend, Grace, had been cheating on him behind his back. He couldn't believe how dumb he had been. He regretted choosing the wrong girl. Soon, Grace found a guy with more money and broke it off with Lucas. He felt so cheated, so stupid, so dumb, so used. He went to Clara's house and knocked on her door. When she opened it, he got down on her knees. Clara, please forgive me, he said. I was stupid and shallow. Do you want to be my girlfriend? Much to everyone's surprise, Clara rejected him. I don't want to be your girlfriend, she said. I just want to be your friend. You have already suffered a great loss, and so I don't want you to face another one. Lucas was disappointed. He didn't understand what she meant. In spite of that, they became good friends. Clara and Lucas started hanging out all the time. They did everything together. Lucas began to change into someone better because Clara showered him with the kind of love he had never experienced before. His ex-girlfriends had never treated him that way. They just wanted him for his looks, but Clara accepted him for himself. She changed him. Clara continued putting a red rose into his locker every day, always with the same word. I care for you, and I always will. One day, Clara didn't show up for school. She didn't come in for a week. Lucas thought that she was on a vacation with her family. But one day, he received a call from the local hospital saying that Clara was about to die. He was shocked and horrified. It turned out she had been suffering from pancreatic cancer. That was the reason for her dramatic weight loss. Clara had known she was sick for a long time, but she hadn't told Lucas because she didn't want him to worry about her. But now that she was at death's door, teetering on the edge of forever, all she wanted was to see Lucas one last time. Lucas rushed to the hospital, and when he saw how frail and weak Clara looked, he couldn't hold his feelings in. Tears began flowing down his cheeks. "Why didn't you tell me?" he whispered. "Why did you hide this from me for so long?" She opened her eyes and looked up at him. Then she smiled weakly and said, "I told you I didn't want you to suffer another loss. I wanted our last days together to be cheerful and happy." Lucas was overcome by emotion. "You can't leave me," he cried. "What will I be without you?" "You will be exactly who you are now," she replied. "I will always be there by your side. Cherish the time we spent together. Live life happily, and one more thing." "Yes," he said. With a last breath, she whispered, "Never forget that I loved you." And with that, she closed her eyes and died. Lucas fell to his knees and screamed. He couldn't accept Clara's death. They had only spent a month together, but in 1 month, Clara had changed him. She had changed his life in a way that no one could ever explain. He had so many regrets. All he could think of was how much time he had wasted, how much time he could have spent with her. The next day, when Lucas opened his locker, he found a red rose lying there with the words, "I care for you, and I always will." Sometimes we don't appreciate the people who truly care for us until we lose them. Then after they are gone, all we are left with is our regrets. In the end, outer beauty doesn't really matter. It's inner beauty that counts. Life is short, and it's better to spend your precious time with the right person rather than waste it on someone who just looks like the right person.